Hi YouTube, it's Lena, and I'm here today with the review for the Bare Minerals Bare Pro Performance Wear Liquid Foundation. It's a long name. But I received this from Influenster to review, but I've already done my stuff for that. But I wanted to do a video for you guys. So there are 30 shades in this line, and it actually runs from pretty stinking light to decently deep. Not great, it could be a little bit better, but there are some shades there that I think people with deeper skin tones can at least use, which is good. So it runs $34, which is a bit much for me. Honestly, I don't like spending more than about $30 on a foundation, in theory. And it does have SPF 20 in it, and it has, you know, glass packaging. I tried to unscrew this at first, but no, it's a pump, which is really nice. And I actually really like this foundation, but we'll get into that, why I really like it in a minute. So first off, it is hilariously liquidy. Like that, it's not that it freaked me out so much, but it was surprising how liquidy it really is. So to go over some claims, it says that it's full coverage, it's good for basically any kind of skin. It is a matte finish. And let's see, this formula is powered by specialty developed mineral lock longwear technology that blends mineral pigments with lipids naturally found in skin to lock in all day full coverage. Natural bamboo stem extract provides a smooth, soft focus finish, while papaya enzymes gently improve skin textures both immediate and over time. It redefines what longwear means. The skin-loving, high-performance formula blurs pores and imperfections while improving your skin's condition, all with a soft-focused, natural matte finish. With up to 24 wear in the range of 30 true-to-you shades, it works and plays as hard as you do. Just one pump offers lightweight, oil-free, photo-ready, full coverage. I use about 5 pumps, but I wear a lot of foundation, so maybe that's just me, but it does work well with a sponge, it does work well with a brush. I happen to personally prefer it with, this is actually a Bare Minerals brush that I got from BoxyCharm. It is the Bare Minerals Perfecting Face Brush. It has that little well inside of it that I can pump foundation directly into, and it works wonderfully. This is a $28 brush, so you don't need this to make this work. Like I said, any kind of sponge or any just kind of regular foundation brush will do. But I did want to mention that this is my favorite way to put it on because I have it. So I did want to throw that out there. So like I said, it is very liquidy. This actually does not work well with, say, like mixing in like a liquid highlight. That is the one day that it broke down very fast on me. So I would not recommend doing that. It says it is full coverage, but I consider it a little more of a medium. I'm going to insert a photo here of me before makeup, just after I put it on, and about 8 hours in. And you can see I had this spot on my forehead at the time. Thankfully it's since went away, but you can still see it. Like, that picture of foundation is just foundation. It's not concealer or anything on top of it. So I would say this is more of a medium coverage. When I think full coverage, I think Estee Lauder Double Wear is full coverage. So maybe that's a high standard of full coverage, but when you say full coverage, that's what I think of. But medium is totally workable. It does build on itself really well if you do want to try building it up to maybe what the full coverage really is. I usually don't. It is really lightweight, so it doesn't feel too nasty, honestly, when you build it up. Like some foundations really can if you try to go in for that second layer. It claims to be matte, but it says it's a natural matte, and I think that's correct. I kind of say satin matte, but satin matte and natural matte are kind of along the same lines as far as foundation finishes are concerned. It's not like a really dry cakey matte though, so if you see matte and that scares you, don't necessarily be concerned about this. It does actually say that it's good for dry skin. I have really oily skin and it still works for me. Now, as you saw in the picture, this does not stay matte on me all day. Now, that's not really a knock against it though. I actually happen to really like what it turns into after 8 to 10 hours. Like that 8 to 10 hour photo, I just don't remember exactly how long it was, but it was at least 8 hours. I made sure that day. That's why I took a photo at like 3 in the morning at the time. But that's no touch up. That's no blotting sheets. That's no powder, nothing. Normally about the 5 to 6 hour range, I will usually at least blot down the oil, maybe even go back in with a little bit of powder. So I can keep this matte all day if that's what I really want. So it's really hard to get like a true full all day foundation that looks exactly the same, at least for me. But this is a really good foundation because it does not break up on me like some foundations really can. It doesn't stay totally matte if I don't touch it up, but almost nothing stays totally matte on me. I have to go in with those like hardcore, super matte, almost mousse foundations to get that kind of look. Now, I did want to mention that Bare Minerals, the company itself, does not test on animals, but they are owned by Shiseido, which does. I know some of you guys really appreciate when people mention whether or not a company tests on animals when somebody's reviewing a product, so I figured I would throw that in. So they don't test, but the parent company does. So whether or not you want to buy from them because of that is obviously your decision. Now, the real question, would I purchase, because this was said to me, I did not purchase it myself. Oh, I forgot to mention, my shade is 04 Aspen, which is, what did it call that? For fair skin with neutral undertones. I'm neutral leaning warm, so I could have went with Champagne, which is 03, which is the warm version. But this actually works for me pretty well. So I'm not, the color is not a concern for me. And I love that they have several pale options. Like, I'm never the 4th lowest shade in anything. I'm usually like the palest, maybe the 2nd palest, if they go for pink and yellow tones, because I usually go with the yellow tone over the pink tone if I don't have a choice for the more neutral version. Now back to it. Would I purchase? If I was low on foundation, which I'm not right now, I would consider repurchasing it. It's higher priced, it's a little on the high side for me, but if I get it from Ulta, you can get it from Ulta, Sephora, or BareMinerals.com. If I get it from Ulta, I can probably wait until one of their, they do like 4 of those 20% off everything coupons a year. I could probably wait until one of those. Plus, you know, if you purchase from Ulta, you get points back, yada, yada, yada. So I actually would consider purchasing this, not repurchasing because I didn't buy this. This was actually something that as soon as it came out, I was interested in getting a sample of, and then I really lucked up and Influenster sent it to me, so I didn't have to do that. But this is one that stands up really well, both to the greasiness of my face and the humidity for where I live, which is something I do have to take into account, but something that would stay matte on me even further up in the state of Louisiana. Down in the deep, deep south, Louisiana does not. It is, I thought I knew humidity until I moved to South Louisiana, and I realized I didn't. So that is it. So thank you guys for tuning in. As always, I do really appreciate it, and hopefully I will see you later. Bye.